Hey everyone, if you're here, you're probably looking to step up your English listening game.
Which is super important.
Yeah, whether it's for just navigating like everyday conversations
Absolutely.
or really getting into movies and
It's
music.
even understanding what we're saying right now.
Right. So today we're diving deep into a super helpful episode from English Dose.
A podcast that's all about, breaking down English learning, making it easier.
So, English Dose really hammers on the whole consistency thing.
Yeah.
They say that even a few minutes a day of listening can make a huge difference.
Totally.
Okay, so consistency, obviously important for anything.
Right.
But what is it about specifically daily listening that helps you understand English better?
So it goes beyond just the words, right? Like when you listen every day, you start to pick up on
A rhythm.
the rhythm, the flow, like how sounds connect, the intonation.
Okay.
Like think of it like if you're constantly surrounded by music, even if you're not like actively studying it.
You just kind of absorb it.
Exactly. You start to understand it on a deeper level. It's the same with language.
So training your ear to hear the music of English.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay, so another thing English Dose talks about is using subtitles.
Uh-huh.
They say start with them on and then, try to wean yourself off them.
Right.
I can see how that would be helpful, but could you become too reliant on them?
Oh, for sure. That's a valid point. Subtitles are great, especially at first. Like you're connecting what you see with what you hear.
Yeah.
But the key is to use them like a bridge, not like a crutch. So once you're comfortable, start turning them off for little bits.
Sort of bursts.
Yeah. And then gradually make those subtitle-free stretches longer.
I like that.
And here's a bonus tip. Rewatch stuff you're already familiar with, but without subtitles.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, because you already know the story. So you can really focus in on how they're saying things.
Interesting. Like leveling up.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing English Dose talked about was active listening. So it's more than just hearing the words, right?
Oh, totally. It's about engaging with what you're listening to, not just letting it wash over you.
Right.
And they had some really cool suggestions for this, like asking yourself questions while you listen.
Like what?
Well, what's the main point they're trying to get across? Are there any words or phrases that jump out at you? How are they actually forming those sounds? It's like turning listening into a workout for your brain.
That's a great analogy.
Right. It's like instead of just passively taking it in, you're actively working to understand it.
So one thing from English Dose that really caught my ear was about different accents.
Oh, yeah.
They say it's super important to embrace those different ways of speaking.
Absolutely. Because English isn't just one thing, right? It's spoken all over the world in so many different ways. And it's
Right.
like expanding your listening horizons, right? So getting used to British, American, Australian, even Indian English.
All flavor.
Exactly. Not only does it make you a more well-rounded listener, but think about it if you travel
Oh, yeah.
and you can understand someone with a thick accent.
It's super useful.
So helpful. And for real practice, think about finding podcasts or YouTube channels from specific regions.
Oh, I like that.
It's fun. You can immerse yourself in the different sounds and even pick up some cool slang.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking of some accents I want to check out.
Nice.
But, English Dose reminds us that, patience is key.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not going to become a perfect listener overnight.
Not at all.
So what else should we keep in mind as we, start on this listening journey?
You're exactly right. It's a journey. Language learning, especially listening, is like a marathon.
Not a sprint.
No way.
Yeah.
So, start with stuff that feels comfortable for your level, right? And then slowly challenge yourself with tougher material.
And don't get discouraged.
No. If you don't get every single word right away, that's totally normal. It's all about those little wins.
The small step.
Yeah, each word you pick up, each new sound you understand, it's a victory.
It's all progress.
Exactly.
So, to recap what we learned from our deep dive today.
Let's hear it.
Listen daily, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Yep.
Use subtitles strategically at first. Then try to wean yourself off. Practice active listening. Engage with what you're hearing.
Don't just let it go in one ear and out the other.
Exactly. Embrace different accents. There's a whole world of English out there.
For sure.
And finally, be patient. This is a journey, not a race.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Simple but super powerful stuff.
Totally. And now that you're armed with these tips, here's something to think about. What kind of English content are you really into?
Oh, good question.
Right. Is there a podcast that speaks to you? A British show you've been meaning to watch? Pick something you'll actually enjoy and let the listening adventure begin.
Great advice. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See you then.